Vande Mataram.
Hmm.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Just a second. Just a second. How can I actually share the song? There is some
So
setting to share
yeah,
song, right?
You can just
whenever
present
you
and then
get to
play,
speak,
maybe.
yeah. So there's an option for sharing the screen in the bottom bar of the Zoom tab.
Go in
Share.
slideshow.
Okay, share sound. Okay. So you can sing along, okay? Vande Mataram.
I think we should all stand up.
मैंने 2 महीने में 20 बुक्स पढ़ी थी जब मेरी फाइनल एग्जाम थी। मेरे एडवांस वर्कशॉप में तो स्टूडेंट्स 70% वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला
Shashmala Mataram Vande Mataram
शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी
Sukadam Varadam
Mataram
Vande
Mataram
Mataram Vande Mataram. Sing along, guys. You are on mute, all of you.
I don't know the whole time also.
Okay, so at least you can sing our national song, right? Even if you are not interested in singing. So let us start today's meeting. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am thrilled to welcome you all to our meeting today. As the Toastmaster of the day, I am excited to announce that the theme of the day is Independence Day. As we approach 15th of August, it's time to reflect on the incredible journey India has undertaken since 1947. Our theme today is not just celebration of our nation's freedom, but also a reminder of the sacrifices, struggles, and the indomitable spirit that brought us here. Now, I just want everyone that by listening Independence Day, how do you feel from inside? I just want everyone to say 1 to 5 words. Okay, only 1 to 5 words. How do you feel from inside by listening Independence Day? I will take the name and then the Toastmasters can pass the baton to another Toastmaster by taking his or her name. Okay. So how do I feel is I feel very inspired. So Toastmaster Ajay, how do you feel?
Patriotism and the satisfaction being in India. So I'm really happy to part of this Toastmaster on the 15th August. Yeah.
Okay, next. To whom you will pass the baton?
Shreyansh. Toastmaster Shreyansh.
Whenever I see the flag hoisted on the day of auspicious day of 15th August, I feel very proud that I'm being born in this country. Toastmaster Aditya.
So the perfect word whenever I see the national flag or a national anthem being played is we get goosebumps and we feel very patriotic and proud about it. Over to you, Toastmaster Teja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. The word Independence Day, when I hear that, a lot of pride comes to my mind. The names and the faces of the freedom fighter comes in front of me. The fight they had for years with British government, and that gives a sense of freedom and what they have gone through that comes to my mind.
Okay,
So
next.
over to you next, Toastmaster Mitesh.
When I hear about Independence Day, I feel that I'm proud to be part of the largest democracy and diversity. Yeah. So I will pass on to Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitesh. When I look at the flag, I remember all the sacrifices that our freedom fighters have made to get this flag, and I feel we should never forget. And the lesson they taught about being united and fighting against anything that hampers our unity and diversity, our secularism, our sovereignty. So it is a reminder. The flag is a reminder of the sacrifices and our responsibility as a citizen of India to make sure that we do not let our country be harmed by anyone, be it in internal or external forces
Okay.
affecting our
Next.
secularism. Okay,
Only
sorry.
1 to 5 words I told.
Oh my God, sorry. Okay, so next I would like to pass the baton to Sanket, Toastmaster Sanket.
Thank you very much, Manisha. And just keep it brief. When I hear the national, the feelings would be pride and gratitude. That's it. I pass on the baton to Toastmaster Tariq.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanket. Whenever I see tricolor or whenever I see and hear people singing Vande Mataram or Janagana Mana, either it is in multiplex or on the Olympic Stadium, it gives me a goosebump. And also, I admire the country's diversity and inclusion for the people of India. Thank you. I think we covered everyone.
Yeah, Vipula is left and Toastmaster Arvind, right?
Okay, I'll pass the baton to Toastmaster Vipula.
Thank you, Tarek. So whatever I had to say, I think Misha has taken those words out. So I have so what I feel when I see independence is what all Misha has said, but also it gives me a belongingness, a feeling to the country, and the sense of responsibility towards the struggle and sacrifice of our patriotic leaders. I will pass it to Toastmaster Arvind. Sorry.
Thank you, Vipula. You've all spoken very patriotically, but I'll go back to my childhood days when I was in school. And what reminded me of Independence Day is to stand in queue and ensure that we have a drill there with a march past. And what we were then given was black tea and black cake at the end. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arvind. And has everybody spoken, or is
I think
someone
Toastmaster
is left?
Rishikesh is left.
Rishikesh and
Rupal is
Toastmaster
also
Rupal,
left.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Toastmaster Rishikesh.
Yeah, so when I look at the national flag, it instills in me a feeling of nationalism, looking at the country as a whole rather than individualism. Yeah, over to you. The next. Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Rupal.
Yeah.
I feel pride, motivated, energetic, and do something more for community. Thank you, and over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Now let's move on ahead with our meeting. So let us move towards the core essence of any Toastmasters meeting. As there are 3 colors in our Indian national flag, saffron, white, and green, every Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 parts: prepared speeches, the table topics, and general evaluation. Instead of table topics today, we will have one education session and one Moments of Truth session. Every Toastmasters meeting is incomplete without the tag team. The tag team comprises of the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. So let me introduce you all to the grammarian, Toastmaster Misha. I request Toastmaster Misha to come and give us the grammarian guidelines. Over to you, Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raviraj, for that introduction. Grammar is essential for clear, effective, and meaningful communication. It not only facilitates understanding, but also enhances the professionalism, creativity, and cultural significance of a language. The grammarian is the guardian of eloquence, ensuring that our words not only convey meaning, but also elevate our speech. A good grammarian sharpens our awareness of language, guiding us to speak with clarity, correctness, and creativity. So now that I have shared the importance of grammar in a language and grammarian in a Toastmasters meeting, let me share with you the grammarian guidelines for today's Toastmasters meeting. Good morning, everyone. My name is I am Toastmaster Misha D'Souza, and I'm here to be the grammarian for today's meeting. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to focus on the use of language throughout the meeting. I will be listening for effective use of words and phrases as well as areas where we can improve, that is a not so correct usage of grammar. I will also be paying close attention to interesting expressions, creative word choices, or any grammatical error that may occur. It is my duty to introduce the word of the day as a grammarian. For today, the word of the day is liberty, which I feel very well goes with the theme of the meeting. I will share the meaning and the usage of the word of the day in the chat box for all of you to refer. The definition of liberty is the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. The usage in a sentence is, as we celebrate Independence Day, let us reflect on the value of liberty and the sacrifices made to preserve it. We can also use liberty as a verb where we have taken the liberty to use patriotism as a theme for today's meeting. I will share the usage and the grammatical report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Now, let me introduce the R counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Rishikesh. I request Toastmaster Rishikesh to tell us the importance of the R counter in Toastmasters meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Rishikesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj. My role as an R counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by the speakers and role bearers. They include the clutch words like air, pillar words like but, like, okay, pillar phrases like you know, and so, etc. And sometimes extremely long pauses. I will present my R counter report when called upon by the general editor at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishikesh. Now, I call upon our timer for today, Toastmaster Aditya. I request Toastmaster Aditya to give us the timing guidelines. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Raviraj. Hello, everyone. I am Toastmaster Aditya, and I am going to be your time wizard for today's meeting. Think of me as a magical keeper of the clock. I'm here to make sure you don't wander into the land of forever speeches. And for this, I'll be using the colored Zoom backgrounds. So I'll change my Zoom background colors. So I request the Zoom master to spotlight me as well whenever, along with the speaker, whenever the speaker is delivering his or her speech. And remember, time may fly, but with me being around, it will be a punctual adventure. And since we have only prepared speeches today, so the timing guideline for those is 5 to 7 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, I'll show a green Zoom background. At the end of 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow Zoom background. And at the end of 7 minutes, I'll show the red Zoom background. And there is a 30-second grace period above 7 minutes. But after that, you will be disqualified from the polls. So I hope the instructions are clear. And we also have an evaluation section, but I'll share the timing guidelines when called upon by the Toastmaster at that time. So thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Now let's move on to the first part of today's Toastmaster meeting, that is the prepared speeches section. Our first speaker today is ever enthusiastic Toastmaster Rupal. Before calling her on the stage, I would request her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Misha, to give us her speech objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raviraj. So, our speaker for today, Toastmaster Rupal, her pathway is dynamic leadership. She will be attempting her Project 1 Level 3 speech. The title of her speech is A Tale. The purpose of her speech is the project for the member to learn different types of negotiations and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a past or a future negotiation in his or her life. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Toastmaster Rupal, a tale, Toastmaster Rupal. Over to you.
Are you ready? Say yes.
Yes.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to turn tough negotiation into win-win situation? You have used some strategies to win. Was it be finding a middle ground, offering something valuable, or building a relationship? Good morning, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. Today, I'll take you on a journey of Maya. She was a visionary person, and her vision to open a cafe in a prime location of Bangalore. She was looking for a property to bring her dream into the life. Let me tell you a bit about Mr. Sharma, a retiring teacher, a man who had seen a neighborhood changing over a decade. He has a property. It was just not a piece of real estate, a place filled with memories, garden, and every plant in it had its own story. When Maya was looking for some property information, she found out one handout, written negotiation strategy. Curiously, she opened and started reading. She discovered some new insights. Let me share with you. She read there are four types of negotiation strategy: accommodation, competitive, compromising, and collaborative. When one party agrees on the other person demand and with their own cost to maintain a peace, harmony, foster a goodwill or relationship, this approach is called a accommodation type of strategy. When both the parties make a consensus and find out the middle ground, though fair but not fully satisfied, is called compromising strategy. When one party focus on winning at the cost of others, though you may have good deal, but may land up in a situation where you harm a relationship in a long term. It's called a competitive type of approach. When both the parties strive for a win-win situation and address both the person need and mutually benefit, it's called collaborative type of approach. She thought to use her this skill into the new upcoming negotiation. She received a call from her friend confirming that Mr. Sharma agrees for a meeting. She further discovered Mr. Sharma valued the reliable tenant who would care of property and positively contribute to the community and gardening. Mr. Sharma arrives. Maya starts her discussion offering a coffee and complimenting a garden. And she shared how her mother loves the roses. They spoke about different type of roses plant and what care they required. Eyes broke. Then Maya shared her thoughts of incorporating element of garden in her cafe, perhaps offering a garden special menu inspired by flower and the plant. And she started painting a picture. She said, in this area, the family will enjoy the Sunday brunches. Local artists display their work, and community events make this cafe lively and vibrant. Maya then highlighted her strength of experience of handling a successful hospitality businesses and the cafe businesses. Then the moment of truth arrived. Maya shared and quote the rent slightly lower than the market rate. Mr. Sharma raised the eyebrow. She continued. In return, she will take a full responsibility of maintaining a garden. She will organize the monthly community event that bring a more visitor to this area and make this value and property value will get increased. Mr. Sharma visibly impressed, and Maya then shared hosting of gardening workshop in a garden area, and that excited Mr. Sharma's because he was meeting the Mr. Sharma's mission. After certain discussion, Mr. Sharma agrees to Maya's proposal. Maya secured a lease deal. Now think about your next negotiation skill. Negotiation. What skill will you apply to ensure it's successful? Today, through this story, I have tried to share some strategies. Reflect on that. First, prepare thoroughly. Second, identify other person need and value. Third, what is your own credential? Fourth, offer irreversible offer. And fifth, be yes worthy and no ready. By doing so, you will not only aim to achieve your goal, but also build a long lasting relationship. And this is not about of closing the deal. It's all about the opening a relationship. Do share your negotiation strategy. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupal. Now, our second speaker is Toastmaster Shreyans. Before calling him on the stage, I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Tariq, to please tell us objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Tariq. Everybody is able to listen to me, right?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. Over to you, Tariq.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Shreyans is attempting level 4 P1 speech, building your team. Timer, please note that the timing guidelines is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech objective of this particular speech is member to lead a small team to the completion of a particular project and also share his or her experience of leading a team. I wish Toastmaster Shreyans all the best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq. Toastmaster Shreyans, the catalyst effect, Toastmaster Shreyans.
So am I audible and visible? Okay, perfect. So yeah, start. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'll start with my speech, the catalyst effect. It was my third year in college, and I was no stranger to hackathons. The previous year, my team reached the top 10 but fell short of a podium finish. My trophy cabinet remained empty, and the desire to fill it grew stronger. This time, a year back, the reins were in my hand as I was in third year and I was the leader. But with leadership came challenges, and no one and one of the most common in this competition was poaching. So each one of us is behind other team members to poach them, to create a best team that we can put in the competition. So everyone wanted the best team, and I knew I had to think differently to avoid this pitfall. So what I did, I decided to invite two juniors because we all know that nobody will be poaching juniors, right? The best in their class to join my team. They were talented, but still had to face the pressure competing against third and fourth year, as they were just new to this, and all of them are highly experienced third, fourth year students. But I couldn't help but feel a twinge of doubt. Would they be able to handle it? But deep down, I knew that this decision would be crucial, and you'll know about in few minutes. So I wasn't a natural leader. I had learned from observing through my mentors and elders who seemed to manage people effortlessly, who gave their teams liberty to give ideas, to tell anything if there's something wrong. There was full autonomy. I took inspiration from their approach, gradually learning the art of delegation and team management. Leadership wasn't doing everything myself, but it was about bringing the best in the others. So the day of hackathon arrived, and let me give you a quite gist. So it's a 24-hour coding marathon where we had to create a website or an application solution to a given problem. So we choose to build a job portal website specially designed for disabled people. As we started coding, I focused on maintaining a chill environment. We cracked joke, we shared snacks, and kept the atmosphere light to counter the stress because the stress and the pressure at time is way too high. One of my teammates even brought a mini speaker, and we played soft music in the background, and the energy was quite well kept, and our mood was also positive. So, but then at midnight, it really hit. Our product was far from complete. The modules were scattered, and nothing seemed to fit together. A chill went down my spine as I saw the worry on my teammate's face that when I made the call that would change the course of our night, I suggested that we all take a 30-minute nap. It was risky, but I knew we needed to recharge because we were endlessly working for 12 hours from now. When we resumed work, the challenges didn't disappear. At 6 a.m., we were still struggling to integrate everything. Exhaustion was setting in, and the mood was heavy. It was tea time, so we took a break and stepped out for some fresh air. And you know that what magic tea brings whenever it hits our body. So back at the table, as we drank the tea, we sat together, we shared ideas. I also laid the plan that what we'll be doing. I felt a surge of confidence in me. I clearly laid out our next step, and suddenly everything started falling into place. The presentation round arrives. And thanks to Toastmaster, my public speaking skills were sharp. I confidently presented my idea, making sure to keep my teammates calm so that they could focus on their part too. And I also didn't do my best in that round too. Means I mumbled something else. I wasn't able to convey the judge to sell our product like way. But there, my teammates were there with me. So I also felt confidence that yes, I have some support, and if we all come together, then we can do something very great. So yeah, it was and we all confidently presented our idea, making sure to keep, and teammates were also calm. And guess what? We secured the second place. A year ago, I missed the podium by hair, but this time I was standing on it and it felt really proud. So this win was just the beginning. And after all our team dynamics got sorted, we attended many hackathons. We went on to participate in seven more, and surprisingly, we win five of them. So once our coordination was perfected, all the communication was set up. We all knew what were our tasks and knew how to delegate everything and manage everything. We were all unstoppable. So yeah, and this way, and we are still continue and building like that. So it's been a year with that team right now, and we are still strong, and always the dynamics and everything plays fall backs in. So in conclusion, I want to say there's always a leader within us waiting to be discovered. No leader is made without any failure, right? So example, one of my great many inspiration like Jobs, Gates, Musk, so they all stumbled before finding their path. The key is to have to have that spark, to have confidence within yourself, to take the risks, and to be the catalyst that ignites the team potential. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreyans. Now we have completed the prepared speeches for today. And now let's have an activity. Okay. Yeah, Toastmaster Misha, you want to say something? You have raised your hand.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Raviraj. This is a gentle reminder for everyone to please use the word of the day. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Misha. And yeah, I want 3 volunteers for this activity.
Yeah, I can volunteer.
Okay, Toastmaster Mitesh and 2 more who are ready to volunteer. Toastmaster Tejal and just one
Vipula?
more volunteer.
Vipula, you can please go ahead and volunteer.
Oh, I thought it is only for the members, so I
No,
don't
no,
mind
no,
No,
everyone.
no,
volunteering.
no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the activity is I am now changing my hats first, and I am the British government now. Okay. So, and you 3 are freedom fighters. You who is fighting for India, and I have captured all 3 of you. All right. You understand the situation, and I have captured, and you are into the jail. Now I am doing like I am not giving you food or anything. Just once a week I am giving you food, and I am beating you. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to build an escape plan. Okay. You have to build an escape plan, and it can be anything. It can be fiction. It can be humorous. It can be anything. Okay. So everybody has just 30 to 40 seconds to talk, and I will give you number. Okay. Toastmaster Tejal, you go first, then Vipula, and then Toastmaster Mitesh. Okay. Start. Timer, take a note. Every speaker has 40 seconds. Yeah. Build an escape plan, and you can speak. Think out loud how you will build an escape plan. Yeah, Toastmaster Tejal. Fast.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj. So I would break. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
Toastmaster.
continue, Tejal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would break all the walls which are facing towards the road. I will break the walls there. Then I'm sure there would be fencing. I will try and figure out some of the equipment through which I can break the fencing. I will try and break those fencing while nobody is around. I'll keep those timers at when what are the times during the day when those areas are free, and that is how I would plan to escape myself from the jail. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Vipula.
Okay,
Thank you,
now let's
Toastmaster
make this
Rupal.
interesting. You have to continue it from there. Okay, you 3. Now I've
Okay.
changed the situation. All of 3 are together, and you have to just continue the story. Okay. Start.
Okay. So thanks, Raviraj, Toastmaster Raviraj. So from here, when we have broken all the thing, I've tried to negotiate with one of the security there. Okay. Tried to use Sam Dam Dand Bhed. So I think Dam is what I have used here by making him greedy towards what they actually want, and said ki, as and when we are just out, you will be given what you want, and then persuading him and taking the liberty to get that freedom with along my fellow freedom fighters. We would ask that security person to help us out through a close way out of the prison, and then come back to him, giving him what is what has been negotiated for the exchange. So I think that's the plan from my side. Thank you.
Okay, so as Vipula continued that we will take the help of security guard, but there's a twist in the story. I believe the security guard is actually our own from our own group of freedom fighters, and he has actually trespassed the area of the Britishers by as a secret, by taking up the getup, and he is there to help us. And just like how Vibhishan did in the Ravan's Lanka, so Garka Vedi Lanka Raya, so something like that. So he will definitely go to help us, and he's there by taking up the getup of security guard. He will going to help us with different equipments, different weapons, and we will shoot all the other security British security guards, and will escape the um, prisons of the Britishers. And we will also take up some of the secret plans of Britishers, and we will fail them. Yeah, something like that.
Thank you so much. Interesting twist brought by Toastmaster Mitesh. Here you will get weapons and shoot.
Yes, yes, yes. Why not?
Wow, nice.
Our Indians are very much intelligent with that. So I think we have also done in the Kargil also something like that, if I'm not wrong. But we have done a lot of missions like that as a secret agent, taking up the get-ups and
Yeah.
pulling the oppositions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, it was fun interacting with you guys. And now let's move forward with our meeting. We have an education session lined up, which will be taken by Toastmaster Sudha. I welcome Toastmaster Sudha ma'am on the stage, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raviraj. Wonderful, creative ways of instilling a freedom fighter in you. And I just love the way you kind of put the person in a hot spot and trying to understand the value of freedom and what these fighters have done for the country. So lovely. I mean, let's just put our hands together. I just watched one role play. I'm sure you've done more. Sorry, I just had to attend a religious function, so just got in a little late right now. So looking all bright and spritey with all the tricolors here. And here I am to take you through the preparation stage for us to be able to have an evaluation contest in our club very soon. So thank you so much, Raviraj. I can see a veteran evaluator amongst us. So before I go further ahead, I think if we haven't introduced him, let us all take the opportunity to welcome DTM Arvind Nair amidst us. Arvind sir, are you there?
I've already introduced myself, Shada. It's okay.
Okay, so I wanted to introduce him.
No.
He's called Bhishma Pitamaha of District 98. And if there is anything that you want to learn on anything to do with Toastmasters, specifically evaluation, Arvind sir is there. Now, he being there, I think I should keep my mouth shut. I think you should be talking more. But having said that, I would like to probably take on with the business, and please add in your valued inputs anytime you think it's useful, Arvind sir. Thank you so much. So, friends, evaluation is obviously everyone hears when we start the general evaluation session. What is a famous statement which everyone makes? Evaluation is?
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah, that's a very common terminology which everyone uses. And for me, I think evaluation is also the desert of the brave. Why do I say that? Because I think it requires a lot of guts to be able to take in a good feedback. And it also requires a lot of more courage to give a constructive feedback. And in Toastmasters, we train ourselves to become good evaluators, apart from being good speakers. With that, I would like to have the opportunity to share the screen, Shreyans, if possible, please.
Yes, ma'am, given.
Okay. Can everyone see it?
Yeah, perfect.
I was trying to see if I can do a slide sorter one, but it's not coming. Shreyans, I need your help. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
No worries. I'll go on with it. So, what is happening? So the very basic thoughts on evaluation. Just read it through. We will cover some of them, most of them. Obviously, you correct a fool and he'll hate you. Correct a wise man and he's definitely going to appreciate you. So personally, I think a person should be ready to take an evaluation, take a feedback. And it is also important that you take an opportunity to correct the right person. That is also another message. Honest evaluations are upbeat and encouraging whilst offering suggestions for improvement. And of course, who recognizes him here? Anyone can say who it is? I think his name is already written, if you can read it further down. Ralph Smedley. A speech without a specific purpose is like a journey without a destination. So that is the emphasis of having the importance of a structured speech with a call to action and a message in the speech. So that's what we are going to make sure that we as evaluators look for those specific points in every evaluation that we are subjected to. So what is the objective of today's session? I will be taking structure of an evaluation in Toastmasters, club evaluation and contest evaluation. They're two different things. I will touch on both slightly, do's and don'ts in an evaluation. And obviously, if we can do a practice session, I will try and do that as well. And of course, we'll have a question and answer session. As an evaluator, what do we really become? Are we a motivator? Are we a counselor? Are we a facilitator? Anybody wants to answer this?
Motivator.
You're a motivator? Anyone else?
Facilitator.
Facilitator.
Yes, absolutely. I think it is a facilitator because at the end of the day, we are not here to motivate when it comes to a contest, but when it is on a regular club meetings, you can play the role of a motivator, you can play the role of a counselor, but there is a difference when you're evaluating in a contest. I think there are straight guidelines. You just have to follow that and you have to be the facilitator for doing a particular evaluation. Now, why is evaluation important, right? It's important because everybody stands in front of the mirror every day, right? Do we really have the time to stand there and see how we are doing? What are we doing? Are we doing it well? Are we doing it correctly, right? Do we have the honesty and the grit to be able to accept that and move on? So it's very hard to judge ourselves. It's very easy to judge others. Oh, she's not doing well. She's not, it comes out easily. कोई पूछा नहीं तो भी free है. Free advice तो सब लोग देते हैं. So I think harping on that point, it is easy to evaluate someone else. Evaluating oneself, it's going to be a little difficult unless you're very hard on yourself. It's a new perspective. Obviously, when you're talking about everyone in the same house, thinking the same way, but somebody out coming and evaluating you, how you're doing is definitely a new perspective. Recognize the areas of improvement and obviously build on the strengths, which is a positive reinforcement. And yes, you generally in Toastmasters, we honor senior Toastmasters to give evaluations. We don't just ask people who have just done their first level and second level to come up and speak. We are not against it, but I think it's important that we honor the role of an evaluator because he's holding an important position. He is the person who's going to be making sure that we harp on quality and excellence as we go through our journey with Toastmasters. Okay, obviously, the first most important thing is when you are an evaluator, you can speak what you want. But when the speaker is speaking, just listen. It is very important. Just keep listening. The most important aspect is you need to make notes of everything which is spoken. That is the most important part of an evaluation. If you're good at remembering it, you don't want to make a note of it, fine. But listening to every aspect of the speech before you start even judging or evaluating the person is very important. That's why I feel that a good evaluator is a good listener, right? A good evaluator is a good listener. Okay, so now everyone is familiar with the evaluation form. Now, Shreyans, can you just take up an evaluation form? This is the this is the link for it, but I'm not able to open the link.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Any evaluation form for me, so I can just share the evaluation form format. So it is very important that the evaluator understands in a club format, I'm talking about a club meeting format, what are you really doing? It is important that you read the evaluation form. The most important part is read the evaluation form. The evaluation form has an objective of the speech. It is important to read out the objectives when you're starting an evaluation, because it is important for the speaker also to reiterate that this is the objective that I'm going to be evaluating you on. So be mindful about it. That's important. Second, it is for the audience, because the audience doesn't know what is he talking about, what is he really aiming to achieve at the end of the speech. So it is important for the audience to know. And the most important, the general evaluator also needs to understand what the objectives of the speech is. So every time when you're giving an evaluation, it is important, again, for the Toastmaster of the day and as well as for the speaker to make sure that the evaluator speaks first before the speaker and reads out the objectives. There are times that the speaker would also talk about some specific points that he or she wants to be covered. So that also can be written and given to the evaluator for the person to make a note of before he is going to be starting his evaluation. What do we look for? We look for basic points to be covered in. Shreyans, do you have that evaluation form?
Yes, ma'am. Waiting for your signal to just share it. So should I share it now?
Yeah, just share it on the screen. So that's why I stopped sharing it. Yeah.
Is it visible?
It is.
Can anyone
Yes, it is
confirm?
visible.
Okay.
It is
Yes.
visible.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
visible.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So now in this, friends, it's important to note that there is something called a speech title. So what the evaluator should make no bones about, in case if he doesn't have the information, ask for the speech title. Sometimes at the last minute, you have plans to change the agenda around. The agenda might not have the full information, but the evaluator can ask for the speech title, even if he's not got it before the speaker starts speaking. It's all right. It is important because the speech title is a part of the speech. What is he going to summarize at the end of it? This evaluator should know. The purpose statement, the purpose of this project is for the member to lead a small team to the completion of a project. The purpose of the speech is for the members to share some aspect of his or her experience leading a team. Shreyans, just go down a little bit. No, I mean, sorry. Yeah. So here, before this, generally the speech evaluation form doesn't have the pathways, doesn't have the speech levels, and maybe even if it's an elective, it doesn't have those information in the evaluation form. So that also is another piece of information the speaker should provide to the evaluator before he gets on with the evaluation. So it is important for the evaluator to know that this project involves him building a team. It also involves him selecting a project to complete that particular project which we are talking about. It is important for the evaluator, if he's not understood it, to talk to the speaker and say, what are you trying to say? Don't go unprepared for an evaluation, because if you are going to go unprepared, you're not going to do a decent evaluation. Plus, the speaker is not going to get the benefit out of it. So there are very basic speeches where you can just read about the evaluation form and you generally get an idea about it. But as you go progress beyond an L2, or maybe you get into the L3 phase, I think evaluation forms definitely should be read by the evaluator, because you have to cover a lot of points in the process. So yes, here he's talking about what this speech can entail. So he's giving you the direction that the evaluation can be based on the speech the member presents to the club. So he has done a speech earlier and he has briefed the members earlier. And now he's coming back with what he did with organizing the team to develop this particular project. So there is always a reference point the evaluator should know, because he cannot go, like I mentioned to you about what Ralph Spindley said. If you don't have a direction in the speech, it's very difficult for the audience and definitely for yourself to fulfill the objectives, which is to convey a particular message. The speech can be humorous. All this is standard most of the time, but I'm just covering it for you to understand. This evaluation form should be followed as much as possible. Keep it in front of you, fill it up, and also make it a practice to give it back to the speaker. Now, this is something we have forgotten. In a lot of clubs that I've gone, I don't see people writing and giving it back, or even typing it and giving it back. It's important, because that's how you make your position also a serious one. It's business, like, you're very serious about what you're doing here. Come further down, Shreyans. So here, just if you want to talk about what he excelled in, what you may need to work on, and where you need to challenge yourself. So that's a good summary of what we call in Toastmasters the CRC recommendation. So you have a comment about what you did well, you have a recommendation, which is you may want to work on, and you may want to challenge yourself, can be an extra part, and you close with a nice summary of the speech. So that is how the general format of an evaluation goes in Toastmasters. What you really look for, what are the small points are these? If you just go down, Shreyans. So you look for clarity, you look for vocal variety, eye contact, you look for gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, topics. So you rate it. You rate where he stands. If you want to comment, you can comment there. So this is a very useful tool. I don't think we follow it to the T. Try to do it, because I come from the CTC part of era of Toastmasters. We used to even have a habit of writing it down in a manual. So we were so particular about expression of this filling the form. Now everything is so virtual, no record is taken, YouTube hai, streaming is there. I don't think that serves a purpose to a speaker. I don't think a speaker goes and really looks at a YouTube to really find out where he went wrong or where he went right. So it's important to follow the evaluation form. So that is as far as the club evaluation for the meetings goes. Thank you, Shreyans. You can stop sharing. Now we come back to, so these things I've already covered. So these things I have already covered, so we'll go to the next one. The most important part of any speech in Toastmasters is obviously opening, body, and conclusion. So we have that format even in the evaluation speech. So try to start with catching an attention. Just because you're doing probably a little bit of a rudimentary role of evaluation and not giving a speech, don't consider your speech to be less than anyone else's, because it is a speech. So try to have an opening, body, and conclusion. Try to start with a quote. Try to summarize the overall objective the speaker has said with a proper catchy phrase. And then you talk about where his speech went about what you liked about it, what you don't like about it, and then obviously a call to action in an evaluation speech generally is what he can do to improve his speech going further. So there is one very important, can you guys see it? The
Yes,
title. The title.
Yes.
Visible.
structuring your evaluation with care.
Yeah, second. My band is coming there. Okay, so when we're talking about, we try to make evaluation a little bit, what do you say, gentle and nice, right? It's important in Toastmasters. We are supposed to be sophisticated, eloquent speakers. So we have to take care of the fact that we do it in style. We don't do it in a way that we offend anyone. And we also don't do it in a way that we are very careless and, not very particular about few things. So that's the way the class and the, I think I'm stealing the word from Misha, panache comes from. So the panache is something which you have to develop over a period of time. So the most important is connect, appreciation, recommendations, and encourage. So there are different coinages in Toastmasters you will find as you go along. Veterans like Arvind sir and many other people have done a lot of coinage of evaluation processes. And maybe I'm stealing their patents right now, but with their permission. So there is an important, when you coin something, you try to remember it easily. So if you look at a care, so you think you have to connect with the audience, most important, you have to appreciate, you have to recommend, and you have to encourage. So you start with your speech in terms of connecting, establishing a rapport with the speaker and the audience. So it's very important when you start a speech, you say, in particular, the speaker. You're talking to the speaker and the audience, but you talk to the speaker. That is important. Talk about how the speech connected with you, right? And that will be a reflection generally to the audience, but you don't need to speak for the audience. You speak for yourself, right? And talk about the speech objectives. When we come to the appreciation part, appreciation is obviously we are going to be going on those points which we discussed in the evaluation form, wherein the delivery part, the stage usage, the eye contact, the body language, voice modulation, pace of speaking, any nervous movements up and down, the smile, the catchy attention. Okay, what is about the content, the structure? How is the structure? How is the flow? How are the transitions? If he's talking about different phases, different situations in his speech, how did he do? Connection to the objective. Get him back to the objective. Did he fulfill the objectives properly? Is there something that we could have done better? Language usage. Was he good at vocabulary? Did he use the word of the day? I'm talking about club meetings. I will refer the contest ones in some time. And also stories, anecdotes. Did he use stories and anecdotes properly? Was he making the content interesting for the audience? And was he good at his time management? Very important. Was he going above the time? Did he go take less time? Whatever. You can make a note of that as well. So we're talking about appreciations and recommendations here. And the most important part is to close the evaluation with words of positive encouragement. I think it's very important to make the person feel good at the end of the day. He has taken the effort to prepare his speech. He must have not fulfilled the objectives. He must have not done he must have overshot the time. But I think he's taken the effort to come on the stage and make a 5 to 7 minute speech. So we as evaluators have to leave him with words of positive encouragement. Very important in Toastmasters. We don't make them feel horrible when you leave the stage. You have to make them feel they were great. Yeah, that is the style of Toastmasters. Let's continue it. And that's why people come back to Toastmasters again and again, so that they can make mistakes and still, okay, this is more or less a summary of what I said. There are techniques which is called the CRC method. So it is important, commend, recommend, comment. Now you can even talk about the techniques that you use. Okay, so you can say that I use the CRC method, Or I use the glove method. There is a glove method which says gestures, language, originality, vocal variety, and eye contact. You judge them on that. Now, I feel take what you think is comfortable for you to deliver the evaluation. There is nothing right and wrong, right? There's also something called a sandwich method. So same thing, CRC, commendation, बीच में सब आपका meat डाल दो and then close it with a good conclusion. So there are different ways that people try to put it out there. Do I have time? Can I just be sure that I'm going within the time? I don't want to overshoot it. So timer, just give me a little bit of alert as I am. Okay. So where do evaluations really go wrong, right? The evaluations go wrong because of lack of structure. Generally, in a club meeting, you don't have too much time to prepare an evaluation. You just get probably after the prepared speech to the general evaluation, you have a table topic session, and you might have a little bit of the Toastmaster script, which also might take a little bit of time. But it's important for you to have a structure. How do you create a structure? You will get it with practice that you even write notes with a structure. Okay, sometimes it's difficult to get to that stage. I think you start with making notes if you are starting it. Pick up whatever you have got from the speech and make sure that you then form a structure in terms of what I mentioned, the commendation, recommendation, and conclusion, right? So it is important that you have a structure. Without the structure, you can talk this, you can talk that, he did this, he did well. And then you say that he did very well here and he didn't do very well here and he's not connected at the end about it when you're recommending him. It looks very sloppy. Show that you have a structure. Don't be too personal in your feedback. Okay, it's not important to be personal in Toastmasters. You need to evaluate the speech and not the speaker. He might have he might have looked sleepy, he might have whatever. That is not important. You can cover if you want on the appearance part, 1 or 2 points, but not more than that. Don't harp on the speaker. You are there to evaluate the speech. Don't talk of irrelevant observations. It's not important. Talk what is relevant about the speech. Don't be too harsh or too critical. I mean, to the extent that, see, my philosophy is that don't sugarcoat to the extent that you have not given a takeaway to the speaker. It's important. If a speech is not good, I wouldn't say bad. If a speech is not good, he should get a feeling of that. You can't keep painting it in such a way that he did such a great job, he did such a lovely job, and he was great, he should have we want him to repeat the speech again, and then the audience is left with a confused state of affairs because he feels that I didn't get this vibe. There was something wrong in the vibe that the evaluator is saying and what really happened. So don't leave that room don't leave that gap, because it's important you say it and you learn it with time how to make it effective, and the speaker also understands that I didn't do well. He also knows it. It may be very wrong for us to think that we are telling him something which he doesn't know. He knows where he has done. So let us be truthful about that. And like I said, not too sweet, and we should have enough recommendations. So when you're, from the time that the speaker starts, what do you start to observe? The title, the topic, title or the topic, and the opening. How did he do well in that? Was he good in covering the title, the topic, and how was his opening? Was it catchy? What was the general purpose and what's the specific purpose? So the general purpose is to give a good, relevant speech. The specific purpose could be related to the objectives of the speech. So did he fulfill those objectives? What was his communication style? Maybe you can talk a little bit about what his style was. Was he, what do you say? Who did the communication speech objective recently? I think it was Mitesh, right? What are the different types of communication, Mitesh?
Ma'am, there are, I think, majorly 4 types of communication styles I've studied in the project, which is direct, supportive, analytical, and initiating.
Brilliant. So what style did the speaker have in his communication? It is important if you can put in a little bit of that. Use of figurative language. Did he use easy language for people to understand? Was the audience interaction good? Gestures, 3 Ps, 5 Ps. I think there are 5 Ps which are also their pronunciation, pitch, pace, projection, pause. I also found 3 Ps in some other material where they said pitch, pause, and pace. And most important is call to action. See, when you don't have a call to action in any speech, you feel like, what do you say? Doppelganger, you just kind of feel you heard such a lovely speech and then, okay, abhi kya? What are we supposed to do, guys? Have you picked me up from here and given me what I have to do? No. So call to action is a very important part of the closing. Yeah, I think if it's a physical speech, I think it's important for you to be seated very close to the speaker. Sometimes it's you sit in a place where you're not very clear, there are glitches, whatever it is. I think you need to hear the speaker very well. You need to be able to observe him very well. So please take a proper seat. And yeah, right place to sit, rapt attention, right segments in the right boxes. Connect with the speaker, which I already mentioned. Carefully read the speech objectives and concerns, if any, with the speaker. If the speakers told you something in the beginning of the speech, you also say that in your objectives, that I will be covering this as well, so then yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's all about how you observe, you make notes, and how quick you are to prepare a speech. So I think in Toastmasters, every part of your uh, meeting, starting from the TMOD to the prepared speeches, or maybe even if it is to the table topics, it's all about a good speech writing skills. So I think evaluation is also similar. You also need to have a good speech when you're covering an evaluation. And when you come to a contest, I think I will just see if I have the... How much time do I have? Or nobody is...
Ma'am, 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just quickly just show you one slide. Or maybe we can take a couple of questions, if any, and then I can go to the contest part. Contest part, I just have 2 more slides to cover. Anyone for questions?
Ma'am, while referring the speaker, should we use second person pronouns or third person pronouns? So you or he or him, like that.
Oh, good question. I think I would generally use you. I don't know what, Arvind sir, what do you think we should be using?
It would be best to take the name of the speaker when you are commending the person, when you're saying something good about the person, let the person feel happy. So take the name of the person when you are commending. And when you are recommending, then you say the speaker. When you are recommending, it's for the whole audience to know what can be made good, and that will be applicable even to me as a speaker. So then you address the audience at that time, say the speaker could do this, whatever, and summarizing is different. So commending, when you're saying, I loved the way so-and-so spoke, take the name of the speaker. And even okay, I'm going one step further, even at the contest level, now that we are going physical, what you should be doing is when you are commending, look at the speaker, take the name of the speaker and speak to the speaker. So speaker will normally be sitting in front in the first row somewhere where you can see the speaker. Secondly, look at the audience when you're giving the recommendation. So it is for everybody, and say the speaker could have done this. So these are the 2 things that you should be doing.
Thank you so much, Arvind. I think answered your question, Shreyans.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
basically, when you're getting personal, it's better to get personal with commendation. I think good things to say. I think it's important. It gets very personal. And yes, when you're in a contest, you're definitely going to have only physical meetings. So it's important to develop that practice of being direct with them. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Good to see you, Ajay. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. The structures remain same. Absolutely. I really love to part of again Mumbai Toastmaster Club.
Thank
I'm
you,
missing
Ajay.
it. Yeah, I'm missing
Come back again quickly. Any
100%.
questions from your side? Any questions from guests? I have Rupal. Yeah, yes, Misha, please.
Ma'am, when we use the CRC method, what should be the first, like the first C, and the like, how can we divide the two C's? Which C should we start with first, and which C should be used while concluding our evaluation? Like if the speaker has used good hand gestures or a good language and a lot of C's. So what should we use first, and what should be the concluding part of the commendation?
So commendation is all about the good things that you've seen. So it's a little bit more broader coverage of what you think are the good things that the speaker did. When you're talking about conclusion, it should be a small chip of everything. So that becomes your conclusion. So he did well in this, he could have improved in this, and he had a call of action, and I wish him all the best, blah, blah, blah. So that could be your C at the end. Am I clear? So the C is, it's what? CRC is commendation, recommendation, conclusion. So the conclusion is a conclusion of the whole speech. So it is not the commendation part. It can have a part of commendation, but it should not only have commendation.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody else? Uma Shrikar. Nice to see you, Uma. I have some new D98 guests out here today. Any questions, guys, or shall we just go to the contest part? Rupal, you have any questions? Welcome to Mumbai Speakers.
Thank you. It was really a knowledgeable session, and it was a refreshing all the things which I have initially learned, and added more with the things ki how we should give commendation at the time when the person is speaking, when we are to take the speaker's name, and then when we are commending, we should give a refer to the audience about the speech, not the part of the what the speaker has left somewhere. And it is about all about the courage to bring the speaker back to the stage to speak. I love about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'll just briefly touch upon this sheet, which I think most of us would have probably to get familiar with. You need to know that these are the evaluation items that you need to look for in a speech in a contest. So if you have honed the practice or you've honed the evaluation process in club meetings, you have to just make a slight shift when it comes to a contest. That's what I was coming to. So more important is to talk about when you have already looked for the contents of the speech, right? So whether he was having an analytical quality, was he clear in what he was trying to say in his speech? There is rankings for it. There are marks for it. So it's important to rate them accordingly. What are your recommendations, right? I mean, not yours. What were the speaker's recommendations? Were they specific? Were they positive? Were they helpful? Because generally a speech also will have its recommend. So don't get confused with the evaluation in a contest and evaluation in a club meeting. It is slightly different. What you're going to be rated on in a contest is this card sheet. But use whatever experience you have in a club meeting to make sure that you follow these criteria, expectations from the judges, right? So what technique? Was he sympathetic, sensitive, and of course, did he summarize it well? So now please remember that you are going to be evaluated for the speech finally, right? So you need to make this and you have an idea of what you should be presenting when it comes to your, when it comes to your own speeches. So the contest evaluation is slightly different. So there is no objectives. There are no objectives to the speech. You're just looking at a speaker and the speech, and you have to make your notes accordingly and be ready for the evaluation. You will be given breakout rooms to prepare for that, a little different from a club meeting. You will be given enough time to prepare. So when you come onto the stage, structure should be ready with you. Try to practice on that. Once you have a structure, what you want to say. And even when you get onto the stage, we are all a bunch of nerves at the end of the day. And we do forget a lot, but it is important you make a note of it. Try to, when you write it, you remember it. Yeah, and one more thing I do want to say that there is a practice for most evaluators to repeat everything that the speaker says. No need for that. He did this. In a club meeting, it's okay. But when you're doing it in a contest, you don't need to touch upon the specifics. Oh, he spoke this and you don't have time for that. You are evaluated on the message, what you bring new to the table. What is it that you're going to talk different, which other evaluators have not seen? So that is where you have to balance yourself. Other than that, evaluation is, if you are a good evaluator at club meetings, you've done well, you have covered most of the points. You just have to train yourself a little bit differently for a contest based on the criteria that I have mentioned to you. Yeah. Any more questions? Otherwise, I think I can, yeah. Okay, Shreyans, thank you. He has given me an alert already. So if there's no more questions, I wish everyone all the very best for the evaluation contest, which is going to come up very soon. And let's rock it. Let's have more nominations and let's have a real, what do you say, real red alert contest in Mumbai Speakers. Yeah. With that, I would like to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raviraj. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudha ma'am. Indeed, it was a great session, and I guess I should rewatch it again and again and implement the learnings that you have given to us. Now, as the Toastmaster of the day and as the VP membership of Mumbai Speakers, I'll just take the liberty to just welcome our guest, Toastmaster Anup. Guest Anup, can you please tell us how did you like the session and how did you come to know about the Toastmasters? Can you please unmute yourself? Hi, Anup, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you, Anup.
Sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster Raviraj.
Okay.
We'll be doing introduction at the end. Let's move to MOD.
Okay. Let's move to the next session. Now we are going to present the moments of truth in front of our area director, Toastmaster Jaiprakash. So I welcome our area director, Toastmaster Jaiprakash, and our president of Mumbai Speakers, Toastmaster Tariq, to please come on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj, and I will. Toastmaster Sudha, please go ahead.
Excuse me. Can I have a word, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only members of the club need to be here, and the guests need to leave when you are doing the moments of truth. So I asked for your permission
Shall I
to leave.
join
Thank you
after?
very much.
I think we can have MOT at the end, right? We can just
Yeah.
finish
So we can take the general
paper.
evaluation first, and
Yeah, and
then shall
exactly, yeah.
take MO.
Let's
Okay.
proceed with that. Thank you to
Thank you so much.
Arvind.
Thank you so much, Arvind, sir.
So yeah, let's move on with the session of general evaluation. And I welcome our general evaluator for today. He is ever enthusiastic and very energetic Toastmaster Mitesh. Welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj. Okay, am I audible to everyone? Okay.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Mitesh, and I will be your general evaluator for today's meeting. As a general evaluator, I will be evaluating the entire functioning of the club meeting. But the general evaluation also includes the two subsections, which is speech evaluation and tag team report. So we will move forward with it. And at the end, I will share my feedback with all the speakers and role players. So beginning with the speech evaluation, we had two prepared speeches for today's meeting, which was delivered by Toastmaster Rupal and Toastmaster Shreyans. So we will move ahead with the first speaker, Toastmaster Rupal. So I would like to call Toastmaster Misha to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Rupal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitesh. Okay, so Rupal, I loved the title of your speech, A Tale. It was nice. It actually had a tale. You used negotiation, you used to describe negotiations, and the way you used to describe negotiations through a tale was commendable. I really liked the way, because rather than going theoretically, you used a tale where we could all understand what exactly the character Maya wants to do, what she had done, what she achieved out of it, and telling people what negotiations are, what are the type of negotiations, be it accommodating, compromising, competitive, collaborative. It was great. You made sure that people understand what are the types of negotiation and what type of negotiation Maya did while she was dealing with that person. So I like that that you made sure that people understand what you're talking about. You made it engaging so that people listen to it, and it was not just a session talking about negotiations. So adding an element of storytelling makes it interesting for people to understand your motive behind talking or using a particular topic for your speech. Apart from that, I loved your use of your body language and your hand gestures. Specifically the hand gestures, they were really good. You used it well. Your distance from the camera was good, and we could see you clearly. You made sure you were visible to the camera. Your distance from the camera was good. Although I would like to say that make sure that your room is lit enough so everyone can see you clearly. Okay. And one more thing, when minor specific technical thing which I would like to tell you is you were pretty audible, but there was some echo which we could hear. So make sure that you test yourself technically, that is audible, and making yourself audible and visible clearly for everyone, because these little elements of technicalities can actually hamper your speech in a way which cannot be reversed. Moving on, I really loved how you started the speech. Like, are you ready for it? Say yes. So everybody was engaged in it right from the beginning of the speech. So the way you started with enthusiasm was great. I appreciate it, because that way you're able to engage people and draw attention towards yourself, making sure that people listen to what you have to say. So a good start, it's like it's already half done. When you begin well, it's already half done. So that is a great way of starting your speech. Although I do have one thing, when you like for a prepared speech, it is always imperative and preferable that you proofread your speech, making sure, since it's a prepared speech, we have to make sure that you are prepared with good language, good vocabulary, good grammar. there were certain instances where you could have worked on your grammar and your vocabulary, because if you use good language, it actually enhances your speech. It adds more impact to your speech. And I loved how you actually concluded the speech with telling how can you go away with a good negotiation, like preparing thoroughly and identifying the needs. So I loved how you were able to actually deliver an impactful speech. You could work on your eye contact, and you seemed a bit uncomfortable uh, in front of the camera, which you can work on. I love the vocal variety you used, and in all, it was a great speech. I'm looking forward to many more speeches from you, and I learned negotiation from you. So thank you so much. And with that, I conclude my evaluation. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha, for your comprehensive evaluation for the speaker one. Moving ahead, we will move to speaker number two, which is Toastmaster Shreyans, and I would like to call Toastmaster Tariq to evaluate his speech.
Thank you,
Just,
General Evaluator. Go ahead.
just a minute, Toastmaster Tariq. So, actually, I was to give the timing guidelines before the evaluation started, but we kind of missed it. Just giving a heads up, the timing guidelines for the speech evaluation are 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, I'll show a green. At the end of 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll show a yellow. And at the end of 3 minutes, I'll show a red. And there is a grace period of 30 seconds.
Thank
Can
you,
start.
Toastmaster Aditya. I'll start with the evaluation for Toastmaster Shreyans. Toastmaster Shreyans attempted level 4 P1 speech. And thank you for sharing your insights on team building. This is such a relevant topic in today's work environment. Either it could be a college campus or a professional environment, and your speech highlighted some important aspects of working together, and not just working together, but working together effectively. Your content of the speech was well researched and provided a clear overview on the essentials elements of the team building, such as communication, trust, and collaboration. You used practical examples of a hackathon, and I myself have participated in many hackathons, so I could actually relate to the things that you were saying, right? About coding, how you can, miss the competition by just a very narrow margin, right? And this is all because you are coding day and night when the hackathon is on, and it was very relatable and helped to illustrate your points effectively, because that's the work environment, how the corporates would work, and that's also in the campus, that without the team you will not be able to make an impact in any of the coding or any relevant competition. The structure of your speech was logical and easy to follow. You started with strong introduction that grabbed our attention, then moved seamlessly into the main points and concluded with a call to action that resonated well with the audience. Now, coming to the delivery part of your speech, your delivery was confident and engaging. Your stature, your persona on the screen was very clear, good eye contact, you were smiling as well, which helped to connect with the audience and use gestures effectively in emphasizing key points that you wanted to deliver. Use of language. Your choice of language was very appropriate for the topic, very clear, concise language that was easy to understand, and also avoid jargon, which helped make your message accessible to everyone. Overall, your speech was informative, inspiring. If I were to suggest few things, voice modulation, now you are at level 4 P1, so you have to start with the voice modulation, role playing as well, you could do that. Have a little bit more funny, humorous speech, humorous content as well, which will be educational, motivating, as well as funny. Apart from that, I think your future speeches is incorporating such elements would elevate your Toastmaster level. So thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq, for your evaluation. So moving ahead with the second subsection, that is tag team report. I would like to call Toastmaster Aditya to present his timer report.
Yeah. Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Aditya.
All right. So we had two wonderful speeches today and also two helpful evaluations. Since there were lesser number of speeches and we didn't have a table topic section today, so I am not going to present it in a PPT or a Excel format. I'll just verbally announce the timings. So Toastmaster Rupal took 5 minutes 43 seconds to complete her speech. Toastmaster Shreyansh took 5 minutes 39 seconds to complete his speech. Coming on to the evaluations, Toastmaster Misha exceeded the limit of the 30-second grace period as well. She actually took 3 minutes 47 seconds. And Toastmaster Tarek took 2 minutes 43 seconds. That's it from the timer perspective. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for providing the precise timer report. Moving ahead, now we will move to the R counter. Toastmaster Rushikesh, please present your report.
Yeah. So as far as the account is concerned, Toastmaster Vipula, she had two filler words. Clutch words were 3 and filler phrases 1 and 1 repeat words. For Toastmaster Raviraj, it was he had 1 clutch word and filler phrase 1 and repeat words 1. Tejal, 1 filler word, 2 clutch words and no filler phrases and 1 repeat word. For evaluator Misha, it was 1 filler word, 5 more than 5 clutch words and no filler phrases. Toastmaster Aditya, he was had with 1 clutch word. Speaker Rupal had 1 filler word, clutch word and filler phrases. Evaluator Tariq, he had 1 filler word and 1 clutch word. Speaker Shreyans had 2 filler words and more than 5 clutch words and 1 filler phrases. Toastmaster Mitesh had more than 5 clutch words, 3 filler phrases and no filler words. And Toastmaster Sudha ma'am had 1 filler word and 4 clutch words. And as far as the filler words are concerned, the most filler word used was like so. And for the clutch word, it was like ah. That was the most commonly used clutch word and the filler words. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rushikesh, for providing the detailed report. Now, moving to the last tag role player, Toastmaster Misha, to present her grammarian report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitesh. Well, my report is pretty concise. Sadly, to begin with, nobody used the word of the day. This is really saddening that none of you have used the word of the day. So I'm really heartbroken right now. Although the word was liberty, but nobody took the liberty to use the word of the day. So now I'm going to applaud myself for using the word of the day. And moving on, we have had some really good usage of words like motivator, facilitator, counselor, jargon, concise, elevate. So thank you for using such good vocabulary. Toastmaster Shreyans used chill went down my spine. Chills went down my spine. So thank you. That was a great phrase that you used. Apart from that, only two things which I need to talk about. One is someone said identify needs. Identify need of the person. So it is identify needs of the person or identify need of the people. So when it is a person, when it's a singular, you say needs, it is plural. And when it is a bunch of people, then you say need, it is singular. And when you use is for a group of people. Also, someone said he will going to help. So it can either be he will help us or he's going to help us. He will going is incorrect. So I hope you take care, you take notice of that. Apart from that, everything was great. And one on again, I would like to reiterate heartbreaking thing that nobody used the word of the day. So with that, I conclude my report. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha, for providing your grammarian report. Okay, so now as we are done with the two subsections, the comprehensive speech evaluation and the tag team report, now I would move ahead with my general evaluation. So let's quickly start with the meeting timings. So as the meeting timing is 11 a.m., but we started 3 minutes late. It was 11 hours, 3 minutes, which is not expected for the virtual meeting because we are virtual and there's no technical setup to do, unlike the hybrid meeting. So we need to make sure that we take care from next time. Moving ahead with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Aditya. So you read all the instructions very well, and you also shared the virtual background for especially as for the today's theme in the Zoom chat. So everyone, even the guest, can take it up. So it was great. So everyone was, all it was more inclusive meeting overall. So moving to next role player, which is presiding officer, which is done by Toastmaster Tariq. Of course, as the presiding officer's role is generally done by the club's president. So it was great. He did it well. But just one suggestion that while introducing the guest, if you could just switch on the camera so that they could also recognize that who is introducing us, means who is inviting us on the stage to introduce. So if you can just have a little direct interaction with the guest and everyone while introducing yourself. So that could, and also kudos to Shreyans, who also had reminded him like to introduce the guest in case if there could be some just missing out on something. So it was great. So there was a good coordination there. Moving ahead with the Toastmaster of the day, so which was played by our one of the enthusiastic member of the club, Toastmaster Raviraj. And I think as we had a special theme today, we were celebrating the Independence Day. So you very well carried the theme because the way you started with the national song, you made all of us, try to include try to gather all of us, assemble all of us, like the school assembly, it's a national song and whatever. So in a way, the way you try to engage all the participants in the beginning. So it was a great start. And then you also engaged with the activities. So it was great. Like I really enjoyed, as I personally participated. So I love this role plays and everything. So it was a good fun session. So very well done by the Toastmaster of the day. Very well engaging and very well inclusive with all the participants. Moving ahead with the tag team, I would say. So the timer was the Toastmaster Aditya, and he was very concise. He was very clear with all the timing guidelines, and even he had made a good usage of presence of mind while sharing the guidelines for the speech evaluation, um, which was little late, but it was good. So it was great by Toastmaster Aditya. And moving ahead with the R counter, Toastmaster Rushikesh. So I believe that he is obviously experimenting with different role plays, but I would say that if you could be a little more open and more engaging, it could be great. So it was whether the report was very well. So at a technical part, it was great, but you could be more little engaging while introducing yourself as the R counter. So next, moving ahead with the grammarian Toastmaster Misha. Well, it was very sad for her as a grammarian because I think it is her favorite role to play the grammarian in a club meeting. So and it was very sad that nobody used her word of the day, which was liberty, a very well significant word for our nation as we are celebrating the Independence Day. Very well connected with the theme, but any of the speaker could not use the word of the day. So but we could try better next time. Okay, but the report was really concise. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Misha. You are an impeccable speaker for that. Okay, so moving ahead with the prepared speeches, we had a wonderful prepared speeches by one was by the visiting Toastmaster and one was by the in-house Toastmaster. So I think both the Toastmasters were really great. They were experienced and they had a lot of good engaging speech. So it was great. And then we had an informative session today delivered by Toastmasters Sudha Warrior. So it was again a very informative, insightful, I would say, because personally, as I'm looking forward to take more evaluators role, whether it's speech evaluation or the general evaluation. So it was good to, understand what exactly evaluation is. So it was overall amazing. Moving ahead with okay, so the overall meeting functioning, if I have to conclude that we had a great meeting today as we were doing it on a special theme. So a great engagement by Toastmaster Raviraj, and again a great information by Toastmaster Sudha. Thank you. That's all from my side. Yeah, so I would like to hand over the stage to
Thank you.
Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh. Indeed, it was great evaluation. And I guess general evaluator, you are playing for the first time, right? Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Mitesh. And let's now move forward with our meeting. Actually, somebody, yeah, Toastmaster Sanket told that Vipula used Liberty once. Yes, Vipula, did you use it?
I think
Word of
when
the
I
day?
spoke about, yeah, when I spoke about negotiation in the role play, I did use it, but as Misha said, I was not quite audible. So
Yeah.
maybe, it was yeah, honest, but I did use because I was just trying to
Okay, when you
recollect.
were doing that role play of
Yeah.
Yes, role play. It
freedom
was when
fighters.
I
Oh,
took, yeah, I
acha,
took the
acha, acha.
speech. Yeah, the speech word also negotiation as well as liberty.
Thank you
Okay,
so much,
okay.
Toastmaster Vipula, and I'm extremely sorry. I really missed it.
Thank.
I
No,
could
no, that's
not
okay.
understand. Like it was not
Oh, it's okay.
audible.
I think she needs a special prize from the grammarian on this.
Yeah.
She will get one
I
for sure, and she knows that.
I think I've already received the prize by being in the second meeting. So she's already given it to me. Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So thank you so much. And it was indeed an amazing meeting. And we will now, I guess, do the MOT session, right, Shreyans?
We'll first take the feedback of the visitors for 2 minutes, and then
Okay.
we'll conclude the
Then
meeting
I
and
will hand
start
over
with the
the
MOT.
stage to you, Toastmaster Tariq. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raviraj. So, thank you, guests, for joining the Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters meeting today and spend your precious time. I would like to call upon the visitors to share their feedback so that we can improve if anything that they think we should be doing. So, I'll start with the visiting Toastmasters. We'll start with Toastmaster Vipula. With you, if you can share something.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tariq, Toastmaster Tariq. So being my second meeting, I was very excited yesterday evening where I had asked Misha, "Kal meeting hai na?" And then she was like, "Yeah, I'll share you the details." So this is what the first meeting had got me, that it is good to meet people from different segments of a society where we discuss on to topics which are not discussed or spoken often. With reference to this topic, independence, I had something in my mind to say. Coming from a travel, I'll be elaborative here because I have a thought behind this. That being from a travel background, we often take people outside India, and that is when the spirit of patriotism is seen more, because when we are within India, we always discriminate each others by saying I'm a Maharashtrian, I'm a Hindu, or etc. etc. But when you are just outside the country, you are no more a Maharashtrian, you are no more a Hindu or a Muslim. For that, you are an Indian. You always ask, "Oh, are you from India?" Or and that's how you are being asked outside India. So I think patriotism starts when you stand outside the country. So a good topic to discuss. And thank you guys for getting every day. Thank you to all Toastmasters to having good topics of discussion where the brain is functioning in a more brighter way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vipula, for your feedback. Thank you very much. I would call upon Toastmaster Rupal.
I found it very welcoming and warm when I first time just connected for my speech slot, and it has been confirmed instantly. I have been rightly directed with the right person, and I got the agenda and evaluation. Every role player in this meeting from the start to end has added value in my life, And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupal. I would invite uh, potential returning Toastmaster Ajay to share your feedback. I think you are joining after a short break.
Yeah, thank you so much for the. I can say I have a liberty to say the session was very informative, and I learned a lot. And Toastmaster is always it is my in my heart because I can see a lot of transformation happen to me in my professional work around. So it really helped me, and I was a missed I was missing for a few months not being part of Toastmaster, but I'm glad to for the opportunity, and next month I'm going to join again the Mumbai Toastmaster Club. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay. Do we have Arvind sir? I don't see him. Okay, fine. We'll go with the area director, Toastmaster Jay Prakash. If you would like to say a few words and give some feedback, please.
Hello, Toastmaster Tariq. Hello, everyone. It's my second visit to the club officially. I was there the last week as well. I really enjoyed the proceedings of the club. I joined the meeting late today at 12 p.m. anyways. But I've enjoyed the education session by Toastmaster Sudha as well. You know, we have the contests coming up, and as somebody who loves participating in evaluation contests, I had a lot of takeaways from the session as well. So I enjoyed that session. Thank you.
Thank you, area director, Toastmaster Jay Prakash. So with this, I would like to conclude the meeting. Do we have anything else from the proceedings? Or we can officially conclude the meeting and start with MOT, please?
Yes, we can officially conclude and start with MOT.
Okay. So thank you, guest, for attending the meeting, and looking forward you to be the member of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank
Tariq.
you. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thanks. Bye bye.
Okay. Zoom Master, can you please ensure that the members of the club is in the meeting and nobody else?
Yes, waiting for Toastmaster Rupal to live.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
We can get started, right? Should I share my screen, or Shreyan, so would you?
You can share your screen.
Okay.
Let's just take a bio break of 2 minutes and then we can start with the MOT session, okay?
No problem. So it's 12:58.
Yeah.
We'll start with 1 p.m. sharp. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Please let me know if
there is any disruption.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay, we'll start in 30 seconds, please. All right. Let's get started. Thank you, Area Director Toastmaster Jay Prakash, for attending the Moment of Truth for Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. And what we are going to do now is we are going to share the survey that we have sent to the members of the club. We had like around 21 responses. And we are also going to show you the club success plan, CSP, as well after this. We'll start with the questions first. We'll start with the guest greeted warmly and introduced to officers and members. So mostly we are getting fours and fives. More than 95% is 4 and 5. And then one is about 4.8%. One response is about neither agree nor disagree, and neutral rating for that. Guest invited to address and participate here. So
Toastmaster
all.
Tariq, we can go about this by sections.
Oh, okay.
Usually attend the questions. So there are 6 sections broadly. We can talk about the rating that we've gotten for the first section.
Yeah, meeting
Start
protocol. Like this.
Yeah.
Meeting protocol.
This should be first impressions, right? So we start with first impressions. So
do we have that question, Shreyans? Can you help me?
Yeah, so currently all the the top 4 question comes under the first impression question. So we'll be summing it up and then give up means provide a feedback on based to them what will be our action plan and all.
So what is the average rating that we're getting for these questions for first impressions?
We are getting 4 and 5. So 4.5. You can
4.5. So that's a acceptable rating. Any feedback from the members in attendance? So probably if you have Toastmaster Tariq the MOT handout ready, you can read out, or I have it with me. The first impressions are important for the club success because the guests' positive experience and observations determine whether they will return and become members or not. This is also for the guests and the existing members. So overall experience, as you've already rated, any members, if you want to provide any suggestions on this area.
So we did ask a guest about their feedback, but nothing major that came out. It's about, we also pursue them if they would like to attend, join, right? Attend second time. So today also we had a guest who attended second time as a visitor. So our VP Education then follow up in terms of chat and mail. And also we have started with kind of a small introduction about how the club meeting and membership is, going to be. So what is their individual success plan for joining the Toastmaster. And we are also going to start with a small introduction. So when a person is joining Toastmaster, we are going to send them a kit, and that kit would have level 1 speeches, what you need to prepare, what each and every rule meant for, right? So grammarian, for an example. So they can start taking up the rules as well. They can start having the prepared speeches as well. So that kit will give them, 1 month to 3 months agenda for them, how they should proceed. So it's not just they come and join the meeting and don't take the role, but we also encourage them to take up the role. And when they join, they have the complete agenda for the next 3 months, right? So, like for an example, anybody joins a corporate organization, they have an induction, like 1 month training plan, second month, third month, and all. And then we start assigning the mentor as well for the individual.
Okay, we can move to the next section.
Yeah, thank you. Meeting protocol, let's start with that. Okay, so there is one response about formal induction, including presentation of pin and manual. So there's one rating, which is one which we are working on to make it better. But rest of the ratings, like around 92 2%, 95% of the rating is 3, 4, and 5. So that's working pretty well. We have all the members now, we have assigned mentors. So that particular thing has already been action. And we are also trying to ensure if a person is having a mentor, there is a monthly roll call only for the mentors, whether they have connected to mentee or not, or whether the mentee is connected to mentor or not, because this is a bi-directional relationship and not just one directional. So we try to encourage people in the meeting as well. At the end of the meeting, we tell that, okay, please do connect with your mentor. We have 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months of speech plan as well, right? Because we want to complete the levels. We want our members also to complete the level and progress on their Toastmasters journey. So that's already there in the plan. Members receive adequate support, absolutely. So again, 95% here. 3, 4, and 5 on educational journey with Toastmasters. So now we started, as I mentioned, we started with the kit. We started with their individual Toastmasters journey plan and with the mentor. I hope in next quarter or next 2 quarters, this rating is going to get improved, right? We are having, so previously it was like we have one mentor and 3 to 4 mentees. Now we are reducing the number of mentees per mentor so that they can focus on one or maybe two mentees, and not, multiple mentors, because it's very difficult to spend time and, give a qualitative and quantitative mentorship to the club member. So that's what we have planned for that. Club promotes merit-based learning, and talent is always rewarded. Absolutely. So we have the rewards, we have the recognitions, we have the path completion, shout out, call out, Instagram post, as well as, the WhatsApp post as well. So to encourage and motivate members. Members are encouraged and delivered prepared speeches. Absolutely. Again, 95% there. Members are encouraged to participate in the club roles. Every time we open the roles right on Monday. So we have a meeting on Sunday. So tomorrow we start sharing the post. Okay, this is going to be the theme, proposed theme. This is going to be, the roles are open. They can have a self apply for the roles. And then at the end, if some adjustment needs to be done, we have, open that as well. Like anybody can take up any role. We have the dual hat as well, just in case if people are having emergency and cannot join the meeting for whatsoever the reason. On the fellowship, variety and communication, enjoyable educational meeting. Yes, so we ensure that at least we have one educational meeting in 6 weeks. It could be anything. We have joint meeting as well where people can come, and then the club which are newly open, and they would like to experience how the offline meeting is also being conducted. We have 2 offline and 1 online and 1 hybrid. So that is the setup that currently we have. We previously had completely online, but now, people are interested in coming offline, sharing the stage, have a in-person connect and speech, so that they can see how the actual environment will cater to. Members are given adequate chances to participate in area, district, and international. Absolutely. I mean, we have the post now running because we will be having the speech contest, right? Coming after September, October, we'll have multiple speeches in the winter season. So we'll have that as well. Members are encouraged to showcase their talent at inter-club events. So just to let you know, Toastmaster Jaiprakash, we just had 150th meeting celebration. At that time, we had a talent showcase as well within the club. So we had few singers in the club. We have few, poets in the club as well. All right. So that's also one of the avenue. Now, when we'll be having other speech contest as well, we'll be having internal speech contest, and then the area level and district level, etc. So we are going to have your people who have the talent can showcase and then participate in the club level events. Moving ahead, program planning and meeting organization, absolutely fantastic from the club level. Starting from Monday to Friday, we have all the roles filled in. And we also meet, XCOM also meets once in a month in person, once in a month on Zoom. So yesterday we had a meeting to understand what would be the theme, how are we going to plan MOT session, right? We encourage everybody who are part of the club, everybody to attend the MOT as well. We have the WhatsApp flyers, right? Once or twice a day. So if people are missing, they can probably catch up with all the updates from the club perspective. members are briefed in advance to carry out all program-related assignments. Yes, absolutely. That's also again on the group. And then on the Insta post as well, post the event. So this meeting is also live recorded, and we post these things on the Insta as well. Whoever is winning a particular speech or table topics or the role players, right? So we have that Insta post.